Well, things are literally freaking broken, and it's not the Hardys. Imagine that. Roll that damn intro. Alright, what's going on, guys? Dave Rivera, aka Fortminorproject, back at it again, in here for another video. Basically in here for a brief video, not really going to talk too long about WWE Battleground 2017. And this one, basically somewhat of a review, just brief thoughts, but, after with WWE Battleground and everything, it was pretty good, I will say that, at best. But it's just in terms of the booking now for WWE, it's just really getting confusing and annoying, especially now for someone who's been trying to stay positive for so long about it. And just the things that they're doing right now, it's just kind of really, I don't know where they're going in the direction in terms of certain things. And I feel like, especially not only just for Raw, but for SmackDown Live, I'm starting to see it from both brands, it's just really getting repetitive, and it's kind of becoming like the same thing each and every time. It's like for Raw, we'll see like basically the same things for a while, and then SmackDown Live kind of, in some ways, does kind of the same things, kind of copies a little bit of what Raw is doing, but in a different way with different people and stuff like that. So it still somewhat kind of feels like the same thing. So I don't know, in terms of, the booking, there needs to be a change. I will say that because, after WWE Battleground, I will say this, I was kind of broken, and, I was kind of looking forward into WWE Battleground. I was hoping, things would be a little bit better, but, in terms of, like, the ends of pay-per-views, for the most part, I'm kind of either left confused or, not really as excited, and that's the thing that WWE is lacking right now, I feel like, is there's not so much of an excitement factor. We don't get to see that much. The only time that I feel like we really got to see that for the most part was when the Hardy Boys really returned and everything, and even with that, they're basically kind of like on a downhill, losing streak right now. Even some superstars like Mike Kanellis, he was able to debut in WWE and everything, and then now he's just basically losing matches, which is kind of weird or not. Also, there's not really so much, stars being created as much. You'll see like a couple of them, but not nearly as much as they should right now, which is kind of sad and unfortunate too on what's going on with that. So there are a couple of things, kind of stuff I touched bases to before in a previous video, but WWE really needs to change things up. It's going into SummerSlam, the second biggest pay-per-view of the year, one of the big four pay-per-views, and it's kind of sad that basically WrestleMania has been like the only, best show that has been going on as of late. So with Battleground, it's kind of the opposite of Extreme Rules. It started off really good, but then it started to just go downhill, and it just fell flat, and I don't know, it's just really weird how things are going on, but, the things that we did get to see new SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions and the New Day, so they were able to not only be Raw Tag Team Champions, but now SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions, so I'm kind of curious if there's going to be some sort of new team, and that's another thing, the teams being split up and everything doesn't really leave a whole lot for other teams to really, be out there, because there's only like a selective few and stuff, and you can split teams but so much, and you can actually put teams up and set them up, like, unless it's going to be like a Cesaro and Sheamus, that at least that works, and I'm actually, not that bad with the Cesaro and Sheamus thing. I think that's fine. They've worked really well so far. So you can only, pair up certain people in a way and actually make it work. Another thing that I didn't get to mention too, like with guys like Finn Balor, he's not really getting his, you know, Universal Championship shot again like he should have a long time ago. Now he's just basically feuding with Elias Sampson now, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is when it comes to that, I don't know, it's just really questionable on certain things that's been going on. Also, where we saw like 50-50 booking, that's really just the stupidest thing, I think. When you have someone win, then you'll have a rematch, and then you have whoever they were fighting, they will win like that. So, you can do that only so much, but when you do it all the time and have rematch after rematch, like each and every week and stuff, and then you have the same type of match on pay-per-view, it's not really as special. And that's what's really, the frustrating part about that. So, in terms of for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship match, at least that started things off great for WWE Battleground. So the New Day, that's cool. Congrats to them on being SmackDown Live Raw and SmackDown Live, if you will, on that part, Tag Team Champions. So they're the SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. So I don't think they're going to be continuing the things with the Usos for SummerSlam. So that's kind of questionable. Maybe a call up from NXT, perhaps. That would be nice. But who knows who will face now the New Day going on forward. We'll see. So there's that. The Fatal 5-Way elimination match, that wasn't too bad. Kind of sucks for, Becky, getting like the roll up and getting eliminated kind of quickly and stuff, even though she wasn't the first one eliminated. It was like Tamina, then it was Lana, then it ended up being Becky, and then it ended up being Natalya and Charlotte. And Natalya and Charlotte were basically my picks on that, so either one of them. I was hoping for Charlotte Flair, but it ended up being Natalya who ended up getting the win. So that was kind of a nice swerve. I don't have really too many problems against that. And there's at least a new match between Natalya and Naomi. I kind of felt Charlotte Flair and Naomi were going to face each other at SummerSlam with that unfinished business type of deal. But who knows what's going to be happening now with Charlotte Flair and the rest of the women's division going on into SummerSlam on that. I've been hearing that we might see like multiple matches like Fatal 4-Ways and stuff like that. So I don't know how I feel about that, seeing that many Fatal 4-Ways at SummerSlam. It's kind of like the old pay-per-view Fatal 4-Way itself, and at least with that, there's only one Fatal 4-Way match from what I remember, and now it's just building up the name, so hopefully that doesn't come back. Alright, so then we get into the United States Championship match, the return match between AJ Styles and Kevin Owens. And with this one, it was a fine match. I will say that they always have really great chemistry and stuff, so it was definitely enjoyable. But I really thought AJ Styles would retain, but in the end, Kevin Owens was able to get the win, kind of out of nowhere, and gain back the United States Championship. So I guess there might be some sort of stipulation if they continue into SummerSlam, so that kind of remains to be seen. It was just out of nowhere having Kevin Owens getting the United States Championship. I mean, that's fine, but I wasn't expecting it so quickly and everything, since AJ won at the house show in Madison Square Garden not too long ago. It was like a couple of weeks ago, really. So I don't really get that whole idea, but hey, it is what it is when it comes to that. I will talk about this because I kind of figure maybe we'll get to see AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, and I guess that's probably not going to happen. It would have been dope to see at SummerSlam, especially for the United States Championship, and even though they're both faces and basically friends at that point too as well. Shinsuke Nakamura and Baron Corbin, the ending could have been a lot more better, especially with the low blow and stuff, so I'm sure that's going to also continue at SummerSlam. I expect that and everything, so I mean, I guess that's fine, but I don't know, it's just where things are going, especially with, DQ finishes. You can do that, but for so long until it gets, really old at this point, so it's kind of expected now to see like a screwy finish at, some of the pay-per-views, especially like the filler ones and stuff, so I don't know, I just don't really care for those too much. That's another thing I don't really care about either. And then into the WWE Championship match, of course, the return of the Punjabi prison in that aspect between Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal. And this one isn't really my favorite stipulation. At least we don't get to see it like pretty yearly and stuff. I guess it's one of those matches that's a really rare thing in the rarity, and you get to see like every couple of years or so, which is fine. And I don't know, it's kind of hard to like see things and stuff in terms, checking things out, inside of what's going on inside the Punjabi prison. So I don't know, it's kind of a weird type of match. I didn't really care for that much. It kind of went on a little bit too long, if you ask me. We had the Singh brothers try and help out Jinder Mahal in that one, of course, getting the help, Randy Orton fighting back against the Singh brothers and stuff. And then, and only then, this is where it gets pretty crazy. Wasn't expecting that. It was, again, out of nowhere, where we had the Great Khali, the Punjabi Playboy. Yeah, the Great Khali coming back and helping out Jinder Mahal. So now it appears they are friends, when I remember they were feuding at one point or another. And now all of a sudden the Great Khali is helping out Jinder Mahal. So I don't know if he's going to be back for a little while or permanently back or something like that. It's been a long time since we've seen the Great Khali. I mean, I didn't really say that I was marking out. I was just more like, what? And I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. I guess Jinder Mahal will obviously, of course, remain champion until the India tour and stuff. So now he's got the Singh brothers, he's got the Great Khali, basically helping him out. So it is what it is when it comes to that. The match before, I will say that too. In terms of the flag match, I like how they changed up the rules a little bit, not having it like a singles one-on-one match, and just having it where the Superstar would get to their flag, and basically that'd be it. But they added this basically somewhat sort of a stipulation where it's basically falls count anywhere and no disqualification, and they had to go to their podium, which is on the stage and stuff. So again, it started off kind of slow, but then it picked up and stuff, and obviously John Cena won. So that's it when it comes to most of the matches and stuff like that. I didn't want to be here too long. Of course, Mike Sally actually lost his match against Sami Zayn, which is, I guess, fine for Sami Zayn, but hopefully Mike Kanellis doesn't have one of those losing streaks and stuff like that, because it kind of sucks since he just came in and now he's basically losing. So, I mean, I like that character, and both of the characters are Mike and Maria Kanellis. I like that basically having, their love relationship, be a part of a storyline and stuff like that, and how they're into each other and all, with the power of love. So, that's fine. Of course, we got Ty Dillinger in this match against Aiden English for the kickoff, and kind of sucks that Ty Dillinger lost, but also at the same time, Aiden English at least is going back to his like same thing and stuff, and a little bit of a change there, so that's fine, I guess. But it is what it is when it comes to that. So that's pretty much Battleground in a nutshell. Kind of briefly, a little bit of a damn rant here, but yeah, just WWE needs to really fucking change, and I will admit that it is basically sucky right now. It does suck, especially in terms of booking wise. That's really the main thing that's been annoying me to hell right now. WWE Battleground done fucked up. It kind of broke me after that when it was all said and done. So I mean, I will say it was pretty good. I'm still gonna watch. I'm not gonna be the one to say that I'm just gonna stop watching. I'm just basically watching, the most important things right now. Stuff like the Braun Strowman stuff, what he's doing and everything, or anything with Brock Lesnar or something like that. The main parts of the shows for Raw and SmackDown put together, for that matter, like the women, what they're doing and stuff. They just really need to make some changes, like add more tag teams and stuff like that. Stop with the 50-50 booking, and create more stars, I think, another thing. Just to name a few. So I won't get too much more into it and stuff like that, but hopefully things will turn around, and hopefully for the better, because they're having really good opportunities, but sometimes the good opportunities ends up being shit, and I will admit that. So the other thing is, not having the WWE pay-per-views or the main shows, you know, having it be so long. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be like 4 hours or 3 hours of Raw. I think now, for me, definitely Raw needs to go back to 2 hours. I think that's going to be a lot more better and everything. The pay-per-views don't even have to be that long. I can understand the big four. That's a little bit understandable. But with that being said, the rest of the pay-per-views don't have to go on anything past like 11 o'clock and stuff like that. And then of course you have the post-show and you already have the kickoff and stuff like that before the pay-per-view, and then the pay-per-view, and then the kickoff. You know, basically go like that in the post-shows and stuff. So there is a lot to it that happens with that. But I won't get too much anymore in that. What are your thoughts on WWE Battleground and everything overall on the product? What do you think needs to be changed? What is bothering you at the moment that needs to be turned around? And we'll see what happens in terms of SummerSlam. But until then, and only then, I guess I'll fade away and be obsolete. But with that being said, catch you guys in the next video. In the next video, whenever the hell that next video may be. Until then, and only then, enjoy the rest of your week. Catch you guys in the next one. See you then. Peace.